In this lecture, we'll talk about the relationship between language and society, which is so important to be understood by the learners of a second language. Why so? Because this would inform new learners about the various social aspects of a language which they would have to bring into play when they would use that language in a society. If we just look at linguistics, the branch of linguistics which deal with the relationship between society and language is called sociolinguistics. Overall, it's a very broad field. It covers various ways in which language and society interact with each other within a speech community or within a society. And it tells its readers about the various ways in which they could take help from the society while exploiting a language in a proper way. It also deals with how language, the same language or different languages are used in various regions or towns, and in this regard, it also look at various aspects of a society which compel administrators or policymakers to use a certain language in certain spheres of social or academic life of that society. For example, which language would be employed in courts or in educational institutions? There must be certain factors behind such decisions. And sociolinguistics deal with all those factors, possible factors, in an academic way. In short, we could say that sociolinguistics is the study of the relationship between language and society. Society, we know, is a group of people which become together for a certain purpose or purposes, and language is what they speak. And overall, their relationship from various aspects is studied in sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics, in other words, inform us about the social context of language and various aspects of the nature and structure of a language which are influenced by the overall environment in which it is spoken. In the beginning, a very famous sociolinguist, Labov, was not happy with the term sociolinguistics. He resisted using this term for some time because he thought that sociolinguistics implies that there could be some aspect of language which is not social. When we say sociolinguistic, that means a branch of linguistics which deal with its social aspects. So there are other aspects of language which are not social. So Labov was not happy with this implication. Therefore, he resisted using it because he thought that language is all social. No language can survive without being social. The field of sociolinguistics has a very recent history, but it has got a wider acceptability since it came to surface, and people realized its potential, and now we have loads of work, research work being produced in this field throughout the world. In this regard, sociolinguistics borrows a lot from various other disciplines, and it also in turn gives its knowledge to other disciplines. Some of the popular disciplines from which it takes insight from are psychology, social psychology, sociology, anthropology, social theory, and education. Because education and linguistics, when they combine, there are so many social aspects which are there to be taken into consideration. Therefore, they make a good match. Research in the areas of sociolinguistics revolve around various aspects. Some of the important aspects are in front of you in form of questions. For example, how language is actually used by speakers in a society, how it varies, how it changes with passage of time or within the same time, how meaning is signaled and interpreted in social interaction by the speakers of a certain region. There is a possibility that that the people of various regions may take different meanings of the same expression. So sociolinguistics take a deep look into these matters. Therefore, it allows a better understanding of the interaction between language and society by looking into all these aspects. Sociolinguistics, we can say safely, is partly empirical and partly theoretical. It takes help from a lot of theory which is being produced in other disciplines like sociology and psychology, and it uses that knowledge in order to investigate various linguistic issues in a society empirically. Linguistics differ from sociolinguistic in aspect that major focus of linguistics is on the structure of the language, whereas sociolinguistics focuses on the social aspects of a language within a society. Sociolinguistics looks into the relationship between language and society from various perspectives. Some popular perspectives are in front of you. For example, some people believe that social structure may influence the linguistic structure within a society or behavior of the people within that society. Other people believe, and among them Sapir and Wolf are very popular. They theorized this relationship, and they believe that linguistic structure or behavior may influence the social structure or the behaviors of the people. Some people believe, and we call them Marxist view of this relationship. They believe that both language and society influence each other. And there are some people like Chomsky who believe that there is no essential relationship between language and society because the development of language is within a child or within children is quite cognitive or mentalist instead of social. So there is no essential link between language and society. Sociolinguistics looks into all these aspects or views deeply, especially the first three I mentioned, and it keeps on investigating that how various societies do interact with the languages spoken within them and bring in any changes within that language. It's a very dynamic field, and still it needs a lot of investigation.